That is really amazing. So it did work. It did actually do it.
Yes.
Now
An iPhone.
And you tried it for the rest of this world.
Yeah, look at that.
You tried it. Yeah, hey you guys. This is Christian and Vera. And it's Land Rover time. We got Philip with us. And we are on our way home, going over the Autobahn. Now since this morning, we got 1,500 subscribers.
Really?
That's really unbelievable, and we are so happy about it. We don't know what to say. 1,500 people subscribe to this channel, watching Land Rover stuff from us. We thought we're gonna show you something today what you may not know about your Discovery. We got the hint out of the comments of our video 15 things you may not know about your Discovery. I'm not sure if you already saw that. And here's it. Do you know how to lower your air suspension by 20 millimeters? Not sure if you know that, but the answer is you drive above 160 kilometers an hour and the air suspension will lower 20 millimeters. And because we are fortunate enough to have the Autobahn, we're gonna test this for you guys. According to the viewer, when the vehicle drives above 160 kilometers an hour, it will lower the air suspension by 20 millimeters, and it will stay in that height until you de-seat 130 kilometers an hour for more than 30 seconds, then it will return back to driving height. So that's what we're gonna do. And getting to 140 kilometers an hour is 160, I'm sorry, requires a free stretch of Autobahn.
And no traffic.
And very little traffic.
And no curves.
And no curves. And Vera really taking all her courage to do that. What I got here is I got our Icarsoft diagnostic unit set up to read the ride height and the kilometers per hour. So if Vera does manage to get up to 160, I'm gonna put the camera onto the thing and see what it's doing. We can see right now that the numbers bounce around between 0 and minus 20 in the back. So we would expect to see something between minus 20 in the front and maybe 0 in the back for a longer period of time. So we'll see how this goes.
It's not gonna happen now.
It's not gonna happen now. Okay, yeah.
Too much traffic and
too much traffic. All right. So while we wait for a free stretch of road, I thought I'd tell you guys something about the Autobahn. Again, not because I'm so smart, it's because I researched it in Wikipedia.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there's dense traffic.
No, yeah.
So, the Autobahn is a German road network, just like the interstate in the States. It's not a road going from north to south and so on, like some people believe. It's a road network, and it has a total length of 13,000 kilometers, so something about 8,000 miles. And there are sections where you have no speed limit, but there is always recommended speed of 130 kilometers an hour, which in my opinion it's quite fast.
In my opinion.
Especially when you drive with our Freelander, you have a hard time actually meeting that recommended speed limit. But with the Discovery it's quite easy. About 60% of the German Autobahn, according to Wikipedia, have no speed limit. And you are free to go as fast as you want, as long as traffic and road conditions permit. The other 40%, I assume, have a speed limit, which is typically around 100 to 120 kilometers per hour.
So now you might want to go. No, they are braking.
They are braking already. Okay,
yeah.
So false alarm.
Yeah.
Vera is not gonna go 160. By the way, do you know that the legal speed limit, or that the technical speed limit of a Discovery 3 TDV6,
Yeah.
the technical speed limit of a Discovery 3 TDV6 is
What we
100. Yes, what we have.
Okay.
Okay. The technical speed limit of a Discovery 3 TDV6 is 180 kilometers an hour. No. Do you know at what places in the world there's actually no speed limit?
I have no idea. I'm assuming in Russia.
That was also a question to our viewers.
Oh, excuse me.
And no, it's not Russia.
Oh, Montana.
Montana. I
Yes,
think
I know
Montana.
that. During the daytime.
During the daytime on certain roads, I think there's no speed limit.
At least when we live there.
Leave a comment if this is still the case, but back in the days when we used to go through Montana, it was the case. Now, Germany has no speed limit on the Autobahn on certain roads, as already discussed. And guess what?
What?
Isle of Man, between England and Ireland, it's an island there. It's a kingdom actually.
Really?
There is no speed limit.
Really?
And you may know that from that absolutely crazy motorcycle race there. I think that's why Isle of Man is actually famous. There's this motorcycle race every year. It's very, very dangerous, and they go extremely fast on narrow country roads.
I've never heard of it.
Oh Jesus. But on that island there is officially no speed limit.
Really?
But there isn't really a road where you can take a car
Okay.
safely to fast speeds.
Yeah.
Why is it relatively safe to drive fast over here in Germany?
Because we got
Well-
good cars.
Okay, why is it relatively safe? It's because Germans obey rules. That's very unfortunate, and it makes it very boring in some cases, but when you drive fast on the Autobahn, that is actually quite good. There is a right-hand driving regulation. So if the right-hand lane is free, you are recommended to drive on the right-hand lane and not on the middle or left-hand lane. And that's quite strict, so people do this. The other thing why, in my opinion, it's relatively safe to drive fast in Germany is because there is a inspection by the authorities on every vehicle licensed in Germany. That is every 2 years. It's done by the German authority TÜV. And there's nothing good to say about it, no doubt. But when you drive fast on the Autobahn, you can be pretty sure that nobody's tire is gonna fly off and hit you on the windshield. So look at this guy driving by.
He's a BMW.
Yeah, he's at cruising speed. Cruising speed is comfortably 160. So
I don't even know what the speed limit right now is.
well, the speed limit is that there is no speed limit. Otherwise, our
But there's-
GPS would show a speed limit. Very simple. No speed
Yeah.
limit on the
Ah,
GPS. Look
look at
at this guy.
He's at least going 180.
Yeah, he's 180. So we're gonna see if Vera has enough courage now.
Wait a second, there's a curve coming.
It's a curve coming. There's always some kind of curve coming.
Yes,
And if
and
you-
it's stressful.
we're gonna run out of daylight soon.
No,
so-
we're not.
So, okay, let's try now.
Now. Yeah, well, you better pay attention.
Yeah,
now,
I pay
okay?
attention. I pay so much
Because
attention.
I'm so stressed
155, you're not stressed. 157, just floor it.
I have my little feet.
It's completely free. 160. Okay, now I go down here and I see if the vehicle is now lowering. And it is minus 30. We have not seen this before, and minus 10 in the back. So now Vera is going 165 and we got 3000 RPM. And she doesn't even look stressed out. So now we're gonna reduce our speed
Yeah, I need to
below
reduce.
170, and we count, and the vehicle will stay in the lower,
I need to go below 130.
yes, in the lower right height for 30 seconds until it returns back to normal right height. So right now we're still lowered,
Yeah.
and it takes about 30 seconds, and it should go back to normal right height. She's got to go below 130. That's where she is. You can see that here. And we'll see if the car goes back to regular right height. Man, am I talking a lot and boring you, but I'm sorry, I gotta somehow make up the 30 seconds here.
Oh, it's
So
still
that
not 30
gotta be,
seconds?
no, it gotta be right now, it's returning to right height. So,
Oh, I
thank
can
you
feel it.
for that comment. That is really amazing. So it did work. It did actually do it.
Yes.
Now
An
you-
iPhone.
and you tried it for the rest of this world.
Okay.
It is true. And I can stop talking finally.
And you actually
Jesus.
have it on camera.
I have it on camera. The camera is running. I did not screw up. Look at this beautiful intersection on the Autobahn here. Isn't that something?
Yes.
Man, I'm so happy now that this worked because
that's
I'm getting
nice.
stressed out. I can't believe it. And now the car is back at normal right height, so it's bouncing around in the front at 10 and bouncing around in the back also around 10. Now we are at 140. I tell you, a Discovery is such a great vehicle to drive on the Autobahn. I know it might be even better to drive it through the US or drive it through Australia, but traveling on the Autobahn, look at that gas mileage.
9.2.
9.2 kilometers an hour with a 2.5 ton
No, it's
vehicle.
9.2 liters per 100k.
That's what I meant. I just screwed up.
Look at that.
So 9.2 liters per 100k
Yes.
with a 2.5 ton cars, and we're doing a travel speed in average, you know, ranging between 120 and 140.
Yeah.
Something else. If you want to take your car onto the Autobahn, and that's just as important as if you would go off-roading in the US or in Australia. Before you go on the Autobahn, you inspect your air pressure and you inspect your tires. If you want to go fast, the tires are making the contact to the road and you taking them to your limit. In a 2.5 ton car, the forces are really incredible. And instead of inventing some sort of an air pressure like Vera does sometime, you really put that air pressure in what is recommended by the manufacturer. And there is a label shown in the door and it shows the air pressure for a medium load and for a high load. And in our car, that's 2.5 bars in the back and 2.3 bars in the front. Also, you gotta have the correct tires on with the correct speed rating. The speed rating is a letter. Ours is the letter code V for 240 kilometers an hour, so we have plenty of speed rating, and the load rating of the tires needs to be at least on this car 112, which I think is, and I'm not sure about that, 1.12 tons per tire or something. So we got a 112 V. Inflated at the right air pressure. Now, how do you inflate a tire to the correct air pressure? You don't do that the way I showed you in my other videos by taking a $799 pressure gauge from AutoZone bought when visiting in the US. No, no, no. You actually go onto a gas station in Germany. Gas stations have certified public pressure gauges, and then you have Vera inflating the air pressure, watching her. There is actually a sticker on the pressure gauge how long the certification is valid. You use that pressure gauge, you put the right air pressure in. It doesn't really matter much if that's now cold air pressure or warm air pressure, but that's what you use. Did I really elaborate enough about tires now?
It's now the third video. There's not even a rooftop tent on the road. I don't even have rooftop tent on top of it anymore. Unfortunately.
Yeah, by the way, before we took it to high speed today to 160 for at least 15 seconds, I think. So we took our rooftop tent down. That's why we got such a great gas mileage.
Yes.
The gas mileage with rooftop tent is about 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers. And then I reset the computer. And that's also why we took it fast today. So nobody thinks that we got our rooftop tent and roof box on it. It would be absolutely lethal to go that fast. Look at this guy. This guy was probably... No, he was fast. Look at this guy.
And he's now following him.
That is Autobahn. And this guy.
BMWs and Audis.
BMWs and Audis. Now that is awesome. Can you imagine the smile in their face right now going this fast? I mean, come on.
I'm
Leave it
not
to them
anymore.
Driving fast. Those guys are probably safe drivers. They know how to drive their car.
Yes.
And they can do it legally. I envy them for it. And of course, I would have been the fourth guy with my Challenger behind them. Man, you gotta love this road. I think right now we are the slowest car on the Autobahn.
Yeah, but we're going 140. And
we're going 140.
Yes, that's enough.
Let me show this to you guys. We are going 135 on the Autobahn. And we are right now the slowest vehicle. And look how beautiful this road is made. I mean, we would rather drive on an endless gravel road in Australia. Thank you, Richard. But unfortunately, we're stuck with our Autobahn.